All right, everybody, I greatly appreciate you tuning into my channel. I'm BJ from the 478, and today we're going to do a slight little upgrade on the 22 jailbreak Hellcat Charger red eye, all in one. It's said and done. It's a mouthful. I say that every time. I never get them in order, but this is what we got going on today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use this module. Comes from Z Automotive, and we're going to actually delete the exhaust valves, and we're going to leave them open at all times. So with this part right here, it's electronic modification, performance modification for your exhaust valves, and I'm gonna go ahead and plug these up. And the neat little thing is what they come with. I did a lot of research on these, and man, this is, once I put my full exhaust on here, I don't want to use the exhaust valves, and I'm going to totally delete them, but I'm gonna go ahead and install these today. So this one, once you unplug the actual exhaust valve, this reseats into this, and then the computer communicates with this little piece here, and it thinks the exhaust valves are opening and closing, and that therefore you won't get a check engine light, but they will be open at all times. And this right here will be the actual goes back in the exhaust valve, so water doesn't get down in it, causing corrosion or a bad connection if you decide to plug them back up and take this off. So long story short, neat, very neat and awesome. So this, I'm telling you, technology out there, man, because when these first came out, we didn't have these pieces right here. So if you took a chance on either deleting them or adding these plates in here to actually keep the valves open, it was, they still make those kits, but this right here just simplifies it 100%, because like I said, when the car is off, the valves are open. So when you start it, they're unplugged, so they won't open and close once it reaches a certain temperature, and the computer actually fluctuates for the actual sound. So we're going to leave those open. I want it to sound the same all the time, from the cold start all the way until I turn this sucker off. I don't want to have to put it in sport mode or anything like that. I like to drive the car like it is, but this right here will eliminate your check engine lights, and this is the dummy plug for the opposite side. The computer is going to connect with communicate with this actual plug here, and then this one right here just plugs into the opposite one. I'm thinking it doesn't matter which side this goes on, just as long as it's plugged up, but we're gonna find out. So, and like I said, these plug into the actual valve itself, and let's go ahead and get these installed. So quite naturally, if this car wasn't lowered, I would be done by now, but it is lowered, and it's lowered 2 inches, almost 1.7, and once you put some weight in it, it's right at 2 inches. And so I'm gonna need to jack this car up, and I'll pull my trusty Daytona out. A little dusty, but it is what it is. It's cold today. It's not actually that bad, but I'm cold natured, man. I'm telling you. All right. Let's make sure we do this correctly. What I got going on, and it is going to be that valve there. I might need to jack it up just a slight bit, a tad more. safety first, people. I had to go in there and find me a jack stand because I want to drive this car, not wear it. And safety is first. Always key, you know. Because things happen. And it always happens when you least expect it. So just play it safe. Adjust this thing. Tell you what, it's cold as I don't know what out here. I came ill prepared. Be right back. You can see that. Well, let me get something else because that ain't working. I don't see a lock tab on it anywhere. There we go. Bam. This one didn't have a lock tab on it. Or did it? I think it did. Okay. So, this piece right here goes back in here. Doesn't matter what sequence you do it in, people. So, bam, lock that back in. I want to say it doesn't matter what side this goes on, just as long as it's on. And so we're gonna put this on the easiest side. Take that back. Let's see. Go easier on this side. So now I'll get a zip tie this up out of the way, and on to the next one. Now let me go get some zip ties. That's one. Now that's one thing that didn't come with. It didn't come with any zip ties, but we're not gonna make an issue out of that because I got plenty. Had to go grab some trusty flush cutters. What you want to do is kind of get this stuff out of the way, but I didn't want to zip tie it to the actual the exhaust or the actual gas line. But so maybe just get back up there. It's kind of tight because I'm telling you, this car is low as some bitch. And I'm left-handed, so that don't help none either. If you had this car up on a ramp, man, we would have been done. Like I said, it's probably a 5-minute job, if that. The longest part would probably be zip tying it up. You don't want it rubbing up against anything. Cause this product right here runs you about 200 bucks, shipping and handling. And you can order them online, Z Automotive. I did a lot of, like I said, I did a lot of research on just these different modules, and so far I'd probably say this was probably the better one. We're gonna find out. This is the only one I ordered. The reviews were good. And this day and age, people, you know how it goes. The reviews are everything. If your product ain't doing much of nothing, and your reviews are garbage, nobody's gonna buy it. I don't care how good it is. I know I want. Well, maybe if I lay on my back, it'll be better for me. Now, make sure you zip tie this thing up, because this module right here is going to be very close. Once you pull it out and plug it back in, it's going to be very close to your drive shaft back here. And what you don't want is you don't want it rubbing up against, because this thing spins. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to let those wires touch, and make sure you cut these zip ties, because if you don't, you hit that, you're like, man, what's that ticking noise when I'm driving? Because your diggum zip tie is tapping your drive shaft. That's how I know, man. I had a couple guys when they were playing a trick on me. We ran some zip ties around my drive shaft, and when I would drive off, it was like, they were long too, and it was like tick, 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 tick. And, they thought that was funny. You know what I'm saying? Well, I didn't. If you want it to sound like that, don't zip tie it up, see what happens. Zip ties don't cost a lot, so guess what? I'm gonna put one more on to be safe side. And one thing about it, people, I greatly appreciate everyone tuning in to my channel. It's been a long year, because I'm 7 days a week. I work some crazy hours, but I very seldom have a chance to upload videos and do stuff that I like to do, because I work all the time. And so thought I'd make this one and go ahead and just share it with you, because I'll be doing a lot more stuff to this vehicle, and I want to just document it and get it out there and let people know what I do to my cars, and maybe you might want to do it to yours. So this is going to be the passenger side right here, and let's go ahead and just take this one loose. There we go. So what I did was I just pushed a little flathead up underneath this piece here and pushed straight up. Because at first it acted like that, didn't want to come off there. So let's go ahead and put the dummy plug on there. Once you hear it snap, you know you're good. You don't hear it snap, it's not plugged in. And this piece right here is to assure moisture and all that stuff doesn't get back down into your plug or your valve module. You hear it snap? I'm gonna lock that pin. And the reason why I didn't take it somewhere and have one of my buddies put it on his lift or something like that, 9 times out of 10, this is what the average person is going to be doing at their house because they don't own a lift. You know what I'm saying? And it can be done. It's just going to take a little bit more finessing. Make sure that thing will wiggle around. And I say we should be good. I swear it's tight under this car, man. I didn't think it'd be such a daggone big issue to do that. Obviously it was. And I get that mess up. But as you can see, people, unplug. So let's start it up and see what we got going on. Good. We got no check engine lights. That's what I want to hear. Now, I didn't do, and I thought about that after the fact. I didn't foresay do a video or shoot something to let you hear what it sounds like in the beginning. But pretty much, this, like I said, this is the stock system on here. So these exhaust valves are open, and anybody that has a Charger pretty much knows what they sound like on a cold start. So now these valves are all the way open, and I'm gonna give you some gas and you see, can we sound from sounds good. And like I said, my main thing was I didn't want a check engine light, and I didn't want to have to always go in here and get into it. And now if I go in it and put it in sport mode, it will give me the sound I'm looking for, and because the exhaust valves will be open all the time. But a lot of times when you cut your car off, cut it back on, you're gonna get it to go back to auto. So every time you get in it, you're gonna have to go back in and turn it back on. I didn't want to keep doing that. I wanted those exhaust valves to be left open at all times, and that's what I got. Like I said, let me give you the part number one more time. And it is, like I said, Z Automotive electronic performance modification pieces, and the part number is 044139. There's the barcode and the part numbers, all that good stuff. Once again, I greatly appreciate you tuning into my channel. I'm BJ from the 478. All my proceeds go to people in need in my area code, and hopefully once I reach 10,000 subscribers, I can get to where I can help out more people. Instead of doing dumb stuff, help people. All right, so long story short, I appreciate you tuning into my channel. Stay tuned. I got tons more stuff to go on this vehicle, and you have a great day.